Hi, Kate. Hi, Miss Bunny. Well, imagine we were on the ark that Noah built, and it would be rolling and rolling in the water, and our bellies would be tickling. Oh, my. But we would also know that God is there to protect us. Take it away, Miss Jill.
Thank you, Katie and Miss Bunny. Always so good to hear from you. Hey there, kids. Welcome back to Sunday School. Who can tell me who this poster's about? Come on. To my older kids, we've talked about this before. Oh, okay. Who said Noah? That's right. And what kind of boat is Noah in? Yep, you're right. It's an ark. This is the story of Noah and the ark. It's one of my favorites. The story goes like this. God was not happy. Actually, he was downright mad. This beautiful earth he created with all the people was not working out the way he thought it would. People were being mean to each other. They were not taking care of themselves, each other, or the land. It made God very sad. One person who made God very happy was a man named Noah. You see, Noah loved God and lived a godly life. Who can tell me what a godly life would be? If you said pray to God, that is one way, yes. Another would be you live your life like God intended you to live. You are honest, hardworking, caring, and loving. You go to church to worship God. Noah was all of these. He truly loved God and lived his life that way. Now, God knows everyone messes up sometimes. He knows all about our sins, but God is also a forgiving God. He may get disappointed because we mess up, but his love for us never changes. But things had gotten out of hand. He was so hurt by what was happening, he decided he was going to get rid of the people who were not living a clean, godly life. He was going to flood the world. God told Noah of his plan. He told Noah that because he was such a good person, he wanted him to build a giant boat. Noah told God, I don't know how to build a boat, nor do I know how big you want me to build it. So God told him how to build it. God told Noah exactly how to build the ark. It was about 450 feet long, 75 feet wide, and 45 feet tall. It would have 3 decks and a window for air. It only had one door. Through that door, all who entered would be saved. All who stayed behind would die. The ark size made it 6 times longer than it was wide. This made it very stable in the water. If a large wave tried to turn it over, it would right itself. It would tend to position itself to face the waves. Even winds blowing 3 times stronger than a hurricane would not turn the ark over. The ark did not have a rudder to steer it. It only had to float. God was the pilot. After Noah had the ark completely built, God told him to take his wife, his 3 sons and their wives, and enter the boat. God summoned 2 of every kind of animal to the ark. They too boarded the boat. Many people thought Noah was just a crazy old man. They laughed at him. But Noah knew if God said a flood was coming, then he needed to be ready. As soon as Noah's family and all the animals were aboard, he shut the door. All of a sudden, the sky turned dark. There was thunder and lightning. And man, did it rain. The people who did not believe tried to get on the ark, but could not. So sadly, they all drowned. Noah and his family, along with the animals, floated along. It rained for 40 days and 40 nights. That is a lot of rain. After the 40 days and nights, the rain stopped. But Noah still couldn't leave. After all, it had flooded the earth. God knew he had to dry out everything, so Noah and his family could leave the boat. So God made it very windy. Noah opened a window and let a raven out. I'm thinking that window also helped air that stinky ark out too. Can you imagine, with all those animals? Whew. The raven would fly back and forth until the water had dried up. Then Noah sent out a dove, but the dove couldn't find anywhere to go, so it came back. Noah waited a week, then sent the dove out again. This time, the dove returned with an olive branch in its beak. That told Noah the waters had gone down, since the dove was able to get an olive branch. He waited one more week, then sent the dove out again, and this time it didn't return. So Noah now knew it was safe to open the door to the ark. God spoke to Noah, telling him it was now time to leave the boat. I'm betting they were very happy. Can you imagine being stuck on a boat with all those animals? Once they left the boat, Noah told his family they must bow down and pray to God, thanking him for saving them. Noah thanked God for keeping him and his family safe. When God saw Noah on his knees praying, he told Noah he would never again curse the ground, even if people became very bad. He promised never to flood the entire world again. God sent a sign to Noah of his promise. Can anyone guess what that sign was? Let me tell you. He put a rainbow in the sky. Whenever we see a rainbow, remember that's God reminding us of his promise he made to Noah many, many hundreds of years ago. So when you see a rainbow, say a little prayer to God, thanking him for loving us and for keeping his promise. So today's craft is a rainbow. The saying on top of the rainbow says, God watches over you. Pretty cool, isn't it? So follow the instructions. You should have your crafts by now, like I did. You will need a little bit of glue to glue the cotton balls on. I myself love rainbows, and after a rain shower, I like to go outside and see if I can find one. And if you find a double one, that's like really cool. It makes me happy knowing God is shining down on us, still showing he's keeping his promise. So there's some coloring sheets as well as your bulletins to be printed. Coloring sheet has Noah's Ark. And let's see, what else do we have here? There's another picture with some of the animals. And this is a favorite of mine. I want to see this one. I want you guys to send me copies so I see. It's the rainbow, the promise, right? So I want you guys to send me a copy when you're done with this so I see that. And here's an anagram. I know you guys like that. And there's a maze. Don't forget your bulletins too. So hope you liked Noah. I know some of you probably wondered every week when you see that behind me, what was that all about? Well, now you know, right? As always, wear your mask, wash your hands, keep them away from your face, and say your prayers. I'll see you next week.